Good morning. This is Larry McMillan with the stock market update on Monday, March 13th. So last week we saw some pretty negative action and some follow through into today. The main impetus was the failure of the SV Bank, but the Fed stepped in to protect depositors, and that caused a big rally overnight, which then dissipated, and now we're in a very volatile market once again. S&P broke down below 3,900, which is negative, and now is looking to challenge support from late December in the area between 3760 and 3850. Meanwhile, there's overhead resistance at 3930. We also saw S&P trade down to the -4 standard deviation modified Bollinger Band, which completes the target for the McMillan volatility band sell signal that's been in place since early February. So that completed a successful trade there. The equity-only put-call ratios are continuing to rise sharply, so they remain strongly on sell signals. Breadth has been terrible, so they're still on sell signals. Now, breadth is getting oversold, but again, oversold doesn't mean buy. And then now we're seeing new lows on the New York Stock Exchange begin to expand. There were over 200 of them on Friday. And that indicator is probably going to roll over to a sell signal today. That brings us to the volatility complex, and VIX exploded late last week and overnight last night. So it rose from essentially 19 to over 30 in just a matter of a couple of days. In doing so, it stopped at the VIX spike peak buy signal that was in effect, and it also stopped at the trend of VIX buy signal that had been in effect for quite some time, since last November. So this is a new change where VIX is actually starting to respond to downside action. Of course, that's, again, as a result of the fact that there may be some financial crisis going on. In any case, we're looking now, though, at the possibility of a new VIX spike peak buy signal if it closes at least 3 points below its overnight highs. Those highs were around 30.80. So if it closed below 27.80 today, that would give us another VIX spike peak buy signal. We're also seeing the construct, the term structure of the VIX futures begin to invert, and that's a negative sign for stocks in general. Right now, the inversion is modest, but if it extends to areas that we saw, let's say, in typically around the time of March of 2020, when the discount was extremely large, then that would be a much greater negative for the market than just this minor negative of a slightly downward sloping term structure. So all in all, we're maintaining our core bearish position. We will be trading other positions around it. Right now, most of those other positions have either reached their targets or been stopped out, but new ones will be setting up as we go along. So I invite you to visit our website, take a look at our daily letters where you can keep up to date on this information in a more timely manner. And also, as I mentioned before, we're running a CBOE 50th anniversary page on our website, and we're having interviews there with some of the people who are involved with creating the CBOE or trading on it very early. So overall, have a great week trading.